What's up, babies? What it is, what it do? Come on in, come on through. Hey, everybody, it's your favorite host, Mama K, the mommy and the mogul. And I'm so happy and grateful that you could be here today. Welcome back to my Inner Peace OGs. And shout out to all of my new listeners to the podcast. If you're listening from YouTube, hey y'all. You guys, today I really want to talk about reparenting yourself. And for those of y'all that are new here, sometimes I have messages, sometimes I do, little teaching lessons on, healing yourself spiritually, emotionally, physically, mentally, everything. Okay, it all happens in the spirit first. And growing self as a whole, so that you can reach your manifestations, so that manifesting will become easier for you, so that overcoming sicknesses and diseases and mental illness will become easier for you, and parenting your kids and building relationships will become easier for you. As I learn, you're learning, right? So let me just tell you guys, it is so important for you to reparent yourself, you guys. Like, listen, let's just be real. First of all, for one, everybody is raised differently, okay? So your mindset, your outlook on life was built based off of how your parents thought that you should be raised, or based off of the way that they had been raised, the things that they had been used to. You know what I'm saying? You catch my drift, honey. That's basically how you were programmed. Okay, 2 to 1 o'clock. That's basically how you were programmed. So you have to understand that, even though they should want to change and grow who they are as well. And we're not giving anybody an excuse for how they raise their kids if they, did you any wrong or anything like that. But, a lot of parents were young, your age, younger, raising you. And a lot of them just did not know what the hell that they was doing. Let's just be real, okay? Let's just be honest. You know what I'm saying? So we have to realize that a lot of the things that they did, a lot of the things that they said, ways that they acted, ways that they showed you how to react, a lot of them were not right. Okay, and this message might not resonate with everybody. Some of y'all might have had the perfect parents and the perfect childhood, but not everybody did. So this is for my people that might have had a tough time, and it's just time to give up old habits, give up old traits, and really reprogram yourself so that you can be your happiest self and your most peaceful self. Not your parents, not your grandparents, not your legal guardian, your adopted mother or father. We're going to work on that together. Okay, so let's just go ahead and take a deep breath together. Matter of fact, okay? On the count of 3, I want you to breathe in through your nose, and you're going to hold it, and then you're going to breathe out through your mouth, okay? 1, 2, 3, breathe in. And out through your mouth. Okay. Y'all, a lot of the times, like, parents, they just don't see where they really hit you. You know what I'm saying? Where they trigger you. And the beautiful thing about realizing your triggers and things like that, these are perfect growing spots. These are perfect ways of catapulting your growth to being more comfortable, to being more at peace with yourself, and understanding what ways to better develop yourself. So if they do something that hurts you, that makes you feel sad, makes you feel down, makes you feel bad about yourself, those are moments where you write in your journal, meditate a little bit extra. Do not allow any type of outer circumstances to affect your inner peace to the point that it affects your whole day. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to allow emotions to flow through you and not allow it to overcome you. Because once you give somebody the power to piss you off for the whole day, make you sad for the whole day, make you anxious, make you upset for the whole day, and attract more of that vibration in all circumstances and things like that, you give them control over your whole life, right? And we're working on growing. So I just wanted to get on here and make this podcast today because sometimes we really think that we've grown a lot. No, honestly, we can really grow a lot and not even realize that there's just things that you have to continuously be tested. Well, not even continuously be tested on, but there might be things that are hidden that we don't even realize. We don't even realize, and these circumstances come up where you're forced to face them, and you either choose to react the way that you regularly react and stay at that same level until the next opportunity to grow arrives, or a situation or a circumstance comes up and you are forced to, instead of go left, you decide to go to your right. You usually continue to go, the same route, and that's never gotten you anywhere. But this time, you decide to speak up for yourself in a different type of manner. This time, you decide not to stay quiet. Or this time, you decide to walk away. Or this time, instead of whatever it is that you usually do, you decide to do the opposite in a more mature manner and not allow things to affect you. That's when you pass the test. That's when you go a little bit further. That's when you're able to elevate to another level. I know that I even have men on here. Sometimes y'all have tough relationships, maybe with your mom or maybe with your father, or whoever raised you. You have to allow yourself to reparent you. When I say reparent, you have to spend time with that little boy or that little girl who faced abuse, who faced being neglected, who faced being dismissed by your parent or your guardian all the time, okay? Who was belittled or who felt like they had to be perfect, and you damn near have nervous breakdowns or anxiety attacks when things are not perfect because of the simple fact that you felt like you had to achieve these insanely strict guidelines of life, or as a child. In all actuality, you guys, what I've been learning is a child should be able to be a child. Children are supposed to be able to yell and have fun and scream. Children are supposed to be able to talk at the dinner table and laugh and enjoy life. Children are supposed to be able to imagine things, color outside of the lines, go outside barefooted. Children are supposed to be able to use their imagination and see things and not have to grow up before they are supposed to because of the way others will look at them. Some of you had to grow up quicker because, maybe you've been molested. Maybe you've been abused. Maybe you had a parent who had never healed their inner child, and they were abusive verbally, emotionally, physically towards you. Or maybe you had a parent that basically didn't give a damn what you did and you raised yourself. Maybe you had parents that, you had to basically watch over your siblings, more than the average 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old. You're just responsible because you had to grow up quicker. People don't even realize that, little changes are big to children. The little changes, the little things affect them in big ways. These spiritual beings, they're still people, and it affects them because they're learning and growing how to be emotionally stable and emotionally secure and emotionally able, Reparenting is very important because a lot of you listening, you get emotionally triggered in your relationships and your friendships, and this is a part of the reason. This is a part of the reason that a lot of you settle in the relationships, and just because, you finally feel a sense of love, even though it's not good love, you feel a sense of love, and you didn't feel that younger. Or some of you can't get close to people because you were never even able to get close to your parents. Your childhood affects your parenting skills, but it also affects the ways that you're able to let people in and let people love you. Your childhood lays down the foundation, and I want you guys to know it lays down the foundation of the way that your kids see the way that you react. It's a cycle that must be broken. The way you treat people, the way you're able to wake up in the morning and be happy to be awake in the morning, the way that you treat others around you, the way that you talk to people around you. Some of y'all are very dismissive of others. Some of y'all have been broken by your parents. Some of y'all have been denied love, or every single time that you have a great idea or you're passionate about something, they don't just fully support you the way that you're supposed to be supported by a parent, and then that shows the way that you support your parent, or the way that you support your kids, your relationships, yourself. It's not easy out here, y'all. Make it easier on you. Make a sturdy foundation for you in all of your relationships. Make loving yourself easier so that when it comes time to loving others, you know what to accept, what not to accept. You know how to love and how not to love. You know how to love you first, and no matter who comes and who goes, because some of y'all suffer from abandonment issues, you will always find wholeness in yourself. Okay? So when it comes to reparenting yourself, you have to, for one, wake up in the morning, you guys, and spend time with yourself before your kids. Spend time with yourself. Set intentional time when the veil is still thin in the mornings. Y'all know that between 4 a.m. and 6 a.m. is the best time for my really tapped in and locked in people. Between 4 a.m. and 6 a.m. is the best time to communicate with, your ancestry, your angels, with God, the Most High. Before everybody is really awake, before the streets have, all the energy running through it. Wake up in the morning and spend time with yourself. Make an intentional tea. Roll an intentional ass blunt. You feel me? Roll up with intention. Manifest how the rest of your day is going to go. For my people that, like to be up at night, make sure that you're able to get up in the morning. I like to be up at night too. I've always been like that my whole life. But I also have to make sure that I'm able to step in the morning and do it for my son, because nobody else is going to get to it like I am. And if you're listening and that's how you feel as well, just know that I love you and you're doing great. Okay? Wake up in the morning and have that intentional time, so that when your kids get up, or siblings, your roommates, or when it's time for you to face work or whatever it might be, you do it to the best of your ability, and you have a great energy that can be spread among others. You have great energy that others can feel that energy off of. Remember, it's bigger than just you. Okay, we're changing the world, but in order to change the world, we do have to change ourselves and reparent ourselves first. Okay, if you still here, go ahead and take you a little hit of the bong, a hit of the blunt. I already know. Show up with that herbal tea and that herbal tree. And if y'all not taking notes yet, make sure you're taking notes. Alright, so now, after you wake up in the mornings, having self-care, you can't always pay for the spa time, but that time to yourself is great. The older that I get now, I'm grateful for all the time that I was grounded and sent to my room, and sent to go read books, and sent to be in silence, and sent to, it was 11:11 a.m. Hey, and sent to just, cry, sent, whatever. Grounding is a great thing. That's when you're in touch with the universe. You're getting grounded. You're living in this very moment. You know what I'm saying? You always want to stay grounded. Some people get too overactive in their crown chakra, and they just start worrying too much about the 5D. They start worrying too much about what to fear in the world. Becoming there is a such thing as being too motherfucking woke, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? When you're worrying so much that you could start hallucinating. Okay, so being grounded and grounding yourself, and still being here in reality, locked in, tuned in with yourself. That is a great thing. So that's how I look at it. Sometimes you need to be grounded, okay? Take some time and go sit in your room. Tell your kids, hey, you guys, I want everybody to just go chill and spend some time off of the electronics. Go color, go draw, go paint, go relax. You know what I'm saying? And we all will be back in 20 minutes. Start doing that in your homes. You know what I'm saying? It'll start making a difference. We don't want to stop looking at things in the most negative manner. We got to look at things in the light If we want to bring light to the world, if we want to bring back the villages, if we want to bring back being close to our neighbors and feeling love and feeling comfortable walking the streets, and you know what I'm saying, it might be a little badass kid here and there, but you know, everybody know who kid that is, and everybody, you know, we have to get back to love in the universe. So start grounding yourself. It starts with you, then it goes to your home. So that's another step in reparenting yourself. Baby, ground. You grounded, okay? Ground yourself. But know that grounding yourself is a great time. Spend 20 minutes to yourself. Spend 10, 15 minutes to yourself. If you got to do that on your lunch break, go find a spot, a quiet spot in some grass, you know, or in your car, or outside in the dirt. Yes, bring you a blanket to work if you have to. If you a little bougie or you can't get your clothes dirty, I understand you got to go back to work. Ground, okay? Read a chapter out of your book. Read a couple of pages out of your book with understanding, or you know, get lost in a romance novel. You know, start thinking bigger. Allow yourself to paint. Allow yourself to get dirty. This is a part of reparenting yourself. Allow yourself to laugh. Allow yourself to watch Disney movies. I don't pay for Netflix anymore. I don't pay for cable. We have Disney Plus that, you know, is shared to me by one of my sisters, okay? Shout out to her, okay? I love you. We use Disney Plus, honey. And then I have my YouTube Premium, you know, so I can listen to my, you know, my affirmations while I sleep with my screen off, and I can listen to my beats and, you know, be on other apps and fill my mind up. You have to be reprogramming your mind, listening to affirmations. Find somebody with a voice that soothes your voice and listen to their affirmations, or record yourself, you know. But YouTube Premium, shout out to them, because I really love YouTube Premium. They got some ghetto ass movies on there just like I like, you know, that come with it. And yeah, okay. So those are some more major gems for reparenting yourself, reprogramming yourself, okay? Know that it's okay to make mistakes. Laugh at your mistakes. This morning I spilled, my son was supposed to go to school, but he ended up not being able to go. So, you know, I was already in a rush. So I guess God was like, you know, you don't even got to rush. He can't even go to school today. So, I was serving him his breakfast, and I accidentally dropped his his juice bottle with his orange juice in it. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, baby. Like, mommy spilled your juice. I didn't spill his breakfast, though. I didn't drop his food. But I spilled his juice, and he was just like, you know, don't worry about it, Mom. Like, it's okay. It's not a lot. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so sensitive now, y'all. But it just, you know, it just shows me, like, it shows that, and he was soothing me, you know, and that's how gentle I have to be with myself. That's how gentle you have to be with yourself. Some of y'all spill something on your clothes before work, and you get so upset and so angry with yourself, and then you get angry with the kids, and then your kids take it out on the kids at school. And, you know, my mom always, like, jokes about this one time where she saw me at school, because my mom worked at the school, and she saw me, like, basically slide, like, I guess I got really mad at somebody, and I slid their paper, like, away from my where I was, and I guess I was pissed the hell off, you know, and I'm pretty sure they must have did something, because I don't just do shit like that, you know, without people pissing me off. And also back then, you know, like, sometimes the mornings didn't just feel alive. They didn't just feel like we were just happy to be awake in the house, you know. Not every morning felt like that, and that's why I do that now for myself and for my son. And that doesn't always, some people are irritated by that. But I had to realize, damn, like when I was younger, the energy would spread off, and that's how I would be feeling when I went to school, because I didn't know how to let emotions go from my morning. So I would think that I had to carry that emotion throughout the rest of the day, and then I would probably spread that on to the next child, and then they take that home to their siblings, their parents. And my mom would joke about how, like, they used to say that, I needed to go see a psychiatrist or something like that. Not a psychiatrist. Yeah, a psychiatrist, a therapist. And I wasn't even angry. I wasn't even a bad child, I was really a great kid. And then my life, I just started changing. And then, them saying stuff like that, it really stuck with me and made me think, damn, I got anger issues. Something wrong with me. But now I reparent myself. And I tell myself, girl, like, you didn't know. And it's okay. If I was my mom, I would have just talked to myself and say, what happened that you had to slide that paper away like that, because that wasn't really nice. And this is how I have to talk to my son. And I'm not used to being talked to like that when I was growing up. So I have to talk to my son like that and have, him be able to walk through his emotions, because I didn't know how to walk through my emotions, because I was not walked through my emotions. Okay? So, what made you do that? Well, shoot, they was getting on my nerves. Well, why were they getting on your nerves? Why, they had their paper in my area and they kept putting it there. They knew that this was my spot. This is my, this is my personal space. Some of y'all were taught that your personal space was not a big deal. So you're okay with having people invade your personal space and not setting your boundaries and holding your boundaries. Now I have my boundaries. You get it? Now I know how to tell people my boundaries and not let them be overstepped. Your childhood patterns follow you to adulthood, honey. Okay? I didn't expect this to go so long, but if you're still here, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, you guys, and share this with somebody, because you never know how they might have been affected by their childhood, by their parents, in your relationships, your friendships. Some people might be going through it with their kids, and their kids don't know how to work out their emotions, because their parents don't even know how to work out their damn emotions, and it's an overflowing cycle. Some of your parents are still stuck in their old ways, and they think that, you gotta stick it out in the damn relationship forever, and be unhappy with people just because they saw, that's what their parents did, and that's how they see life as. Shoot, my grandma, she gonna step and walk the fuck away. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna walk the fuck away too. You feel me? That's one thing that lady taught me, honey. We gonna step. But another way is journaling, writing your journal. You don't have to be afraid of your parents invading your privacy. I know that that's what a lot of you guys are. You just have this fear of your privacy being invaded. And if your partner oversteps your privacy, you guys can't have separate, thoughts. You're an individual first. Okay, you need to set a boundary. And if your boyfriend or your girlfriend or whatever, or your friends feel like they're entitled to all of your damn business, honey, that's a boundary you have to set up for yourself. Reparent yourself. It's okay if you have boundaries. It's okay for you not to share everything about your body at every given moment, or everything about your living arrangements or circumstances at every given moment. You don't have to just jump when people say jump. You don't have to share everything with everybody. You can share your emotions with God in your notebook and be able to feel secure in yourself. And it's okay for your partner to be able to have their own emotions and journals and talk to God on their own time and, share what they want to share. See? That's a part of reparenting. You're entitled to your emotions. You're not crazy. You're good. You're doing great, sis. Princess, prince, that young king, that young queen inside of you. You're entitled to your emotions. You're allowed to feel those emotions. And that reflects on your children. Stop telling them that it's nothing to cry about. That's something that I've had to grow out of. Stop telling them that shit. Stop telling them that. Stop striking fear into your kids' hearts and allowing them to be fearful. Allow them to dive deeper. Give them deeper understanding. Okay? You're able to feel fear, but after you understand what you feel fear about, let's go check it out, because fear is just not knowing. Being scared of something is not knowing what's going to happen. We have to get rid of the anxiety that trickles down in our lifestyle, in our homes. We have to release that, okay? So, that being said, journal. Sorry, y'all. I know I'll be trailing off a little bit, but when I'm channeling, I have to get everything out to you guys. And that's just really important to me. So this one is a little bit long, but if you really here rocking with me, like, I'm very, very, you don't understand how grateful I am that you're here listening to me right now, because you can go share this information with somebody else and you can go change your life for good. This will change your life for good when you reparent yourself. Okay? So journaling, talking yourself through it, coaching yourself through it, showing up for yourself. If you make a promise to yourself that you're going to wake up in the morning, you need to do that. Just because your parents always broke their promise, or your guardians or whoever raised you broke their promises to you, don't make that a habit. That's something you need to expect. Reparent yourself. And if you don't make it, apologize to yourself. I'm so sorry we did not do that. But don't be hard on yourself, okay? But make sure that you step for yourself. If you promise yourself that you're going to go take a nice bath, go take a nice bath. If you promise yourself that you're going to get up and you are going to have a great day, make it a great day. You're going to go on a walk. You're going to work out. You're going to do your push-ups or your sit-ups. Do that for yourself. It's about you. It's not about looking good, feeling good for nobody else. It's about nurturing and building your spirit, your mind, your body, and your spirit, aligning your chakras, becoming at one with yourself and the universe, so that all of your manifestation, your money is just rolling in, honey, in overflow, drowning in your manifestations, your desires, your fantasies, your wants, and your needs times 10. Enough for yourself, your neighbor, your neighbor's neighbor, and everybody, the whole neighborhood, honey. Okay? So, keep your promises to yourself. 3333. Keep your promises to yourself. Just like you want, you keep your promises to your kid. If, you have an absent baby mother or an absent baby father, and they continuously make promises to your kid and they never fucking show up, and your kid notices that hurts, right? So why do you think that you deserve that? And also, you let your kids know. This is something we must do. Teach your kids. If somebody makes a promise to you and they don't keep their promise, you let them know, hey, you didn't keep your promise before, so let's not make any more promises. Allow them to speak up like little adults if they want to. Ain't no keeping quiet. We are all humans. Spiritual beings having a human experience, and they need to be well evolved in their spirit as well. They deserve that. They deserve to be able to speak up And when your children are talking to you, you make sure that you really listen and you respond to them. Show them that you love them. Show them that you care. Take what they say into consideration. If they tell you that it scares them, it brings them fear when you do something, I don't think that you would want to do it again. Spanking, all of that stuff, verbal abuse. Reparent yourself, okay? Write about how you felt when you went through or grew through certain things in your life. How did it make you feel? Keep your promises to yourself. Give yourself special treatment. Make yourself a mask. Do your pedicures, do your toes. Get yourself out of your funk. Take care of your skin. Open up your windows. Light some candles for yourself. Spend $20. Go to a nice bookstore. Get yourself a book. Take yourself on a picnic. Take your kids on a picnic. We have to reparent ourselves. Do the things that you always wanted to do, but you couldn't do when you were a kid. Buy yourself that toy that you always wanted. Buy yourself that, contraption that you always wanted. Take yourself to that place that you wanted. And allow your kids to enjoy it too. And when you see something in your kid, a spark in something, build off of that. Love that. Oh, sorry you guys, my alarm just went off. But I'm not editing this because y'all going, But I thank you guys so much for being here. And I thank you for listening. I appreciate you guys so much. And just know that you're on the right path to success. You're growing and you're glowing. And the more that we help each other, the more that we tap in and we lock in with each other, and we grow together, the more that the outside world will continue to grow. Things are contagious. Acts of love, self-love are contagious. Acts of love for others is contagious. Love will always outrule hate. The Most High always wins. So make sure that you're just covering yourself, okay? I love you guys. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet. Follow me on Instagram. It's going to be in the description. Share this with somebody to help somebody else that needs it. And make sure that you go over your notes. Listen to this again if you need to. And yes, also make sure if you need for my sativa advocates or whatever you like, if you need your rolling tray set so that during your reparenting sessions you can roll up with intention every single morning and bring in your manifestations and bring in your healing. I got you. Hit me up at Mama K's Place on Facebook and on Instagram, and I can make you a special set just for you, balance those chakras out and everything like that. And yes, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I hope that you have such an amazing rest of your week. And I just want to let you know that you're doing great. And I'm proud of you. Okay? Talk to you later.